Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're still doing the blue hair. I love it. It's different. Definitely gets conversations started. Y'all, come with us on our journey. Okay, so we're going to do a little seed starting 101 here. First thing I'm going to show you is some of our seedlings and the way that we have grown them. We've grown them in styrofoam cups. We've reused pots. And guys, we grow a lot of seedlings, just saying. You don't have to have all the fancy looking stuff to be able to start seeds. You don't. We actually start ours in metal casserole pans. Yep, you know, the throwaway aluminum casserole pans. We do that. Now, what's some other ways that you could start seeds? Well, you can start them in like plastic jugs. You could cut them open and use those as a built-in greenhouse. You could also start it in the rotisserie containers for chicken, or the salad containers that have the top and the bottom. Any of the clamshell items, the plastic clamshell items that you can see through. Some of the other things that you could do is you can actually start seeds in the bag of soil itself. You can take bottles, cut them open, and drop them down inside of each other and let that be a seed starting tray. You can use cups of any sorts, red Solo cups. Like I said, we use styrofoam because they're so cheap at the dollar store. You can use egg cartons. And if you wanted to turn that into a greenhouse, you could just slip a plastic bag over it, clear plastic. Reuse a bread bag, maybe. There's a lot of different ways that you can reuse items to make it do what you want it to. The next picture on here shows a cardboard box with coffee filters that have been filled with soil. It works, guys. You can also use the standard seed starting trays that they do have, like at Walmart and places like that. They sell a soil that goes in it, and it has a little dome top to create its own little greenhouse, basically, to hold in humidity and things. Guys, they even make tools that you can seed block with. Meaning it compresses the soil and just enough to make it hold its shape with a little dent in the top to start seeds in. Another thing that you could do is taking newspaper and using it to create a seed container with also. So what are some of the basic things that you need to start seeds? Nothing fancy. You need soil, water, light, and warmth. If you read the back of a seed packet, it'll tell you exactly how deep to plant the seed, when to start the seeds indoors, and all of the information that you could possibly dream of, from germination time to harvest time, even on the back of your seed packet. It tells you when to start the seeds according to your zone and everything also. So let's talk about the first thing that you need. The first thing that you need is soil. We use a seed starting mix that has a fungicide in it, because one of the worst things that a beginning gardener can have happen is seedlings damping off because of a fungus. This happens when it's too moist or there's already spores in the soil. Anything can happen to cause the fungus to grow. That's another reason we don't use anything that has a fertilizer in it when we start seeds. You can also use like the little Jiffy pellets that you can get from Walmart and Home Depot and places like that to start seeds in. And like I said before, you can start them in the bag of of seed starting mix itself and not even use a container. Next up, light. So there's a lot of ways that you can put light to your seeds. If you have an outdoor greenhouse, that's heated, by the way, you can start seeds in there, and you won't even have to add extra light, really. You need to make sure that your lights on the inside of your house are at the correct distance from the seeds. There's a lot of different ways to add lights to your stuff. You can buy the little lights from Home Depot, shop lights. You can buy grow lights. You can put them on the shelves, underneath the shelf, or above, hanging from them. You can even create little hangers from PVC and things like that. Next up, water. Water is very important. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just water. The best thing for seeds is to water from the bottom. So you will notice that this is sitting inside of a pan. All of your trays are inside of the pan, and you are watering in the pan. That way you're not disturbing the top of the soil and possibly making the seeds deeper into the soil by moving it. You can take, like my idea with the aluminum casserole pans, and put two of them together. Poke holes in one, that way it comes up through the bottom and waters your seeds that way also. What else do you need? All right, so in the winter time, you have to supply heat to your plants in one form or another. Some plants do much better with bottom heat than they do just a heated room. For those that need just a heated room, then you just add a heater to the room, or you can even start plants in your oven, believe it or not, with the light on. So there's the addition of light and heat at the same time. But guys, don't preheat your oven with the seedlings in it. Another thing, like I said, is some plants prefer bottom heat. They make heat mats for seed starting, and I don't know what the pricing of them is and stuff like that, but you just set the tray on top of them. You can also DIY one. This is a strand of lights for your yard, a rope light, and you weave it between some little boards and you set your tray on top of that. It creates just enough heat that your plants don't burn up. But I would not say, don't ever check on it. I would make sure you check on it often, because water and electricity don't like to mix well. So if you're doing something like this, make sure you check it often. All right, guys, so that covers all of your basics for seed starting right there. You've got soil, water, light, and heat. Make sure you read your seed packet and do a little research on what type of heat is best. So good luck, guys. We're going to wait another couple weeks before we start seeds here in Central Alabama. We are zone 7B, 8A. We're right on the line, so we just kind of go with the flow for both zones. I hate to put it that way, but that's about what we do. We kind of just feel it out, and we watch the weather a lot. I do have a greenhouse that's small that I start seeds in, so that really helps me. But then, if you start too early, you end up having to care for seeds longer, and you have to end up potting up, putting them in bigger pots as they get bigger and things like that. So it's really a science on when do you start your seeds. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is what we got today, and making plant signs. Y'all, we got a box in. Y'all want to see what's in it? You know you do. Yep, we ordered it from Walmart.com, but we got a box in, guys. So, what's in the box? Well, guys, I have been pondering how in the world I needed to do plant labels that last. I was about to go buy pieces of rebar, pieces of ceramic tile, and paint markers, because I was going to paint the names onto the ceramic tiles and then glue the tiles to the rebar after it was stuck in the ground. Yeah, I was thinking that this is what I was going to have to do. Well, y'all, I saw a post in somebody's group and I was like, oh my, how simple. I wonder how much that costs. So guys, let me show you what's in the box. We got a laminator. This one does full-size sheets of paper. Yep, it can run anything up to a full-size piece of paper, which means I can print out labels with the picture of all those mini irises, laminate them, and stick them on the thing to put in the ground. I mean, how simple. Guys, this one was only like 30 bucks also. 30 bucks. All right, guys. So, let me show you about this plant label thing. So, here's the laminator. I got it on. I selected the size, the thickness of the paper. I'm waiting on it to warm up. So, you feed it through here. Comes out here. I have several printed on a piece of paper. I'm going to cut them out and put them on the sheet. Let me get that done and we'll pick it up from there. Here it is, guys, coming out the other end. Look at there, guys. I now have weatherproof labels for my irises. These will not be like a Sharpie on a blind. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to disappear. It's not going to fade over time. I now have labels. So all I got to do is cut these apart and then attach them to the stake. And like I said, all you got to do is leave just a little bit of room in there around the whole picture. Okay, that is plenty of room. All right, guys. So we'll do this for all the rest of our plants. And guys, you can do this for seed starting too. Laminate the seed pack if you need to. If there's none left, of course. All right, back to seed starting. Hope y'all learned something from tonight's video. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, let us know. Send a like, send a heart. Leave a comment, 100% leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, share. Share our videos. That helps us the most. Helps us to get new people on our farm. Until next time, guys. We'll see you later.